Namaskar. I Shambhavi welcome you all to our channel Galactic Echoes. So let's start exploring the wisdom of Vedic astrology. So today we'll be doing the placement of Rahu in the 11th house of your horoscope and what kind of results it will give. We'll try to figure it out today. So let's start the video and let's dive in. So with Rahu in the 11th house of your horoscope, you can get unexpected gains, unexpected financial gains, lottery wins, unexpected promotions as well. Any sort of gains. Actually, all the sorts of gains will be unexpected in your life. All the sorts of rewards will be unexpected in your life. Your income might also be unstable. Like you are earning this much amount of money this month and it can increase immensely or it can decrease extremely on both the levels the next month. So this is something which you can see with this Rahu in the 11th house. Till your father is with you in your life in this birth is where your finances and will your gains increase and increase. They won't decline at any cost. But after he leaves, there is where you can see problems in your gains coming in. So what you have to do is with this Rahu in the 11th house, after your father, you should wear gold on your body. Maybe a ring, maybe a necklace or a chain. You should have gold on your body to mitigate this problem. But yes, your father will help you also in the gains. He would not actually stop you. He will be the person who would support your unconventional dreams of earning money, of getting gains. He would be the person who would support you in any field you choose, whether it is accepted in the society or not. If you want to become a digital artist, he would support you. If you want to become a freelancer, he would support you. If you want to become a musician, he would support you. This is really a positive thing with this Rahu in the 11th house. Stock markets or 5th house ventures could backfire because Ketu is sitting in the 5th house of yours, but it can also give intuition. Like I would suggest you not to trade, specifically enter intraday trading before the 48 years of your age, because there is where the Ketu is not mature and it could backfire in your life. So it is important with this placement of Rahu in the 11th house. But yes, we will go on this thing more into more deeper terms in the Ketu specific video. But here in the Rahu in the 11th house, yes, your gains would be unconventional, but you should not inculcate this performing arts, creativity or speculative gains as such, especially if the Rahu is malefically placed here in the 11th house. Also, if you are aligned with the negative karakas of this Rahu or Rahu is performing negatively in your chart, there is where you will see that your relationship with your father is stained. You both are emotional distant to each other. You both are not on the same page and you both suffer in this relationship of father and this son or daughter. So this is something important with this Rahu. So you'll have to check in what direction this Rahu is going, in the positive or in the negative. Now with this Rahu in the 11th house, your social circle can be immensely huge. You will have a huge social circle, but the true friends would be limited to one or two only. This is something I have seen. Maybe you have insane following on the Instagram or on other social media platforms as well, but the true people in your life related to this social circle are very limited. Also, you might face this betrayal from some true friends of yours, but that will be dependent on the placement and dignity of Rahu. If your Rahu's dignity is compromised, then you can expect this thing, and if not, then these things will be mitigated and they will be automatically negated in your chart. So you don't have to worry on that fact then. Actually, with Rahu in the 11th house, I have seen that you people are very ambitious. You want to win over the world. You want to rule this world. The problem is with this Rahu is that your ego comes in between. So maybe you were working for something ambitiously and you were there and you were too close to this mark, to this win. But there is where your ego comes in and it shatters all those things. Why am I saying this? Because Rahu is actually the original lord of the 11th house. In the Karpurushas Kundali, Aquarius sign falls there and Rahu rules it. So there is where the lordship of the Rahu can negatively perform in your chart. So this is something important with this thing. You would want to excel in unconventional fields too, like technology, politics or aviation or something that sort of unconventional basically things, especially if this Ketu related nakshatras are involved here with the Saturn. Also Saturn's placement will be also the game changer thing in this whole context. But the thing is, with this Rahu in the 11th house, that you are ambitious, and your ambitious could not fructify in some certain possible situations. For that, you will have to take your D9 also. But yes, the ambitiousness is really a good thing with this Rahu in the 11th house. It really performs well, because again 11th house is a Upacha house like the 10th house, and I have told in the 10th house also that it is a very good position, and here also it is a very good position of Rahu. So but what you have to do is you have to drive it into a positive direction so that you can get maximum out of it. The other thing with this Rahu is that you can make extremely high connections, maybe foreign allies, maybe connections in government or something, that sort of thing. But all these connections will be transactional. Like there would be something you will be putting into that relationship, and there would be something that they will be putting into that relationship to make a thing happen. So this is also seen with this Rahu in the 11th house. You see the core of the ethics and the core emotions are compromised here with this Rahu in the 11th house. You are always working for your emissions, and everything is transactional in your social circle. And if you are the person of this mindset, then that is good, and if you are not, then that is where you can get hurt. So this is important with this Rahu in the 11th house, and you have to understand it. Actually, it is better to have one or two friends which you have a bond with, that emotional bond with, and the others you should see as transactional relationships. And this is when, if you accept this thing in your life, this is where you can reach heights in your career. So you can see illnesses related to your ear, spine, or stress related problems also with this Rahu in the 11th house. But that too will depend on the other karakas as well, like for the year 12th and 2nd house has to be seen. But the thing is that the basic problem with the Rahu in the 11th house is that you can be sometimes the manipulator. That is why I have said the ear. You see, you are listening something about someone and you completely believe them, and then you start using your own thoughts and your own speech to manipulate others. There is where the problem can arise. So what you have to do is, you don't have to be fickle-minded with this Rahu in the 11th house. You have to be stern on your beliefs. Like if there is a friend and whom you trust, you should check yourself if he or she is betraying you or not. And if they are not, then you should confront this person who has told you about this person betraying you, about your friend, your trusted friend betraying you. And if your trusted friend is betraying you, then you should confront them directly. So this is something important which you have to understand, that you should be the manipulator, but through your own intelligence. You should not believe what others say with this Rahu in the 11th house. And people having a Rahu in the 11th house, they often have this fickle-mindedness in them. You see, because Rahu it wants to start 12 new projects together simultaneously in his life. So there is where this thing can happen with you, that you can get manipulated by others. So this is important for you to have this kind of control over your personality and over your mindset with this Rahu in the 11th house. So yes, there could be certain losses or certain betrayals triggered by the most trusted persons in your life, but that will be the karmic pattern, because see, the Rahu is the retrograding energy and it is going backward, and it is the most karmic energy in the whole solar system. So what we have to understand is that you should not be depressed on this thing, that if your trusted friend or your spouse also in certain cases, because Rahu is sitting in the Kam Trikon, and it can directly impact your spouse. But the problem with this thing is that if a planet from the other cabinet, like Sun, Mars, Mercury is a neutral planet, but Jupiter, these planets are sitting in the 7th house, there is where you can expect this kind of sudden betrayal or sudden loss from the side of spouse. But if you channelize this Rahu positively, then you can expect sudden support too from the side of your spouse. Also, I would suggest you all to never accept electronic or black or blue colored items from your spouse, specifically from your social circle or from your elder siblings also. There is where the losses can be triggered, the betrayals can be triggered. So this is a karmic remedy which you should do. You should never accept elephant shaped toys, ivory items, or basically blue sapphire also. You should never wear blue sapphire actually. That will also depend on your D9 chart and the placement of your Saturn. But the Rahu here is giving me this idea that 60% of this chart is not supporting you wearing blue sapphire. You should never actually wear that. And also you should not accept these elephant shaped toys or items, or this ivory items from anyone, from your spouse or from the people from your social circle or your elder siblings. If your elder sibling is like gifting you this Ganesh ji Murti on your maybe housewarming ceremony, you should accept it, but maybe you should gift it to your spouse so that they could place it in their workspace, or you should not directly use it. So last but not the least, there could be some extreme life events with this Rahu in the 11th house, but they are rare and there are specific combinations for them to happen. But I would tell you all what they can be. First thing could be that you are escaping to a foreign land to evade some lawsuits or some taxation problems or some government problem here in this country or wherever you live. That can happen with this Rahu in the 11th house. Or you could also become a successful whistleblower for the government if this Rahu is positively channelized. So you could expose corruption and directly help the government to resolve it, and there is where you can also get the gains out of it. Or you can run a cult of yourself, like a social media platform, because 11th house is also strongly related to social media. So maybe you start explaining about dark truths, dark cases, or you see those crime podcasts which we see regularly on the social media platforms can also happen for you. They can get you gains. But also do not forget to check the number Saturn has given you in the sign falling in this 11th house in the Ashtakvark table. If Saturn has given like 5 or 4 points above the average, there is where the Rahuness will be slowed down. So all these things which I have told you will be reflected in your life after the age of 42 years when this Rahu will mature. So this is how you decode this placement of Rahu in the 11th house of your horoscope. Do not forget to like this video and share it with your friends and family. And also comment below what new topics you would want me to take up. And please, if you regularly want to watch such quality content on astrology, do not forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you.